Hi everyone, and welcome to the Knit California channel. My name is Leslie. I'm a knitter, crocheter, spinner, pattern designer, and yarn enthusiast in Southern California. And in today's video, we are talking about everything I knit in 2024. Today is Saturday, January 4th, 2025. I can't believe we are in the year 2025, and I'm really excited to be here with you today for this video. If you're new to my channel, welcome. I am excited that you are here today. I hope you will stick around. I typically make weekly podcast videos where I share with you what I'm knitting on. Maybe I have some spinning. I'm hoping to get a lot more into crochet this year. I'm planning on making a large Taylor Swift themed crocheted blanket. I'm also getting into pattern designing. I currently have 2 designs published, and I'm planning on publishing a bunch more this year. So if you're interested in all of that, please subscribe and stick around. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about everything that I knit in 2024, and this is kind of going to be a full year in review video for me. So the way that I am planning on structuring this whole video, we're kind of going to do a rapid fire everything that I knit in 2024 segment. I'm not going to go super in depth into all of my projects. I'm going to, like I said, rapid fire them, put up the photos so you can see everything that I made. I'm going to show you also the whips that I'm bringing into 2025. I think I've got 9 of them. And then we're going to talk about if I met my goals for 2024. I had 5 main goals that I had set for myself in terms of my knitting, crafting, all of that. And then I'm going to show you a little bit of my knitting journal that I kept for 2024. I have a page in here that I called my Knitters Bingo, which just had some like additional, like really small, really like non-impactful goals for the year, and I'll talk you through some of these as well. And if I met all of them, the like main goal of this was like to get a blackout bingo style, so we'll talk through this as well. So that's the style of this video. Spoiler alert, I'm not like the biggest fan of the style of these videos where you know, hold up the knit and then you talk about it and go like really in depth into that knit. I find them kind of boring to watch and kind of boring to make. And as the person making the video, if I find it boring to make, I'm not gonna make it. I actually did not make one last year because I just could not bring myself to do it. So formatting it in this way, I was excited to make it, so here we are. I hope you will be excited to watch it, so let's get right into it. I am going to rapid fire tell you all of the projects that I made this year, and then I'm going to give you like the stats, the breakdown, you know, the numbers, how many sweaters, how many cardigans, that sort of thing. So, okay. We will go by, if I finished it in 2024, I will tell you, and then if I casted it on and finished it in 2024, I will tell you what it is. Okay, yes. Okay, without further ado, here are all of the projects that I worked on and completed in 2024. Are you ready? Okay. The Stick Season Sweater by the Caydo, the Cal Cardigan by Perfectly Knotted, the Ingrid Sweater by Petite Knit, an Oslo Hat by Petite Knit, the Farnham Sweater by the Knit Pearl Girl, Valentine's Day Hearts, 2 of them, the Riley Tee by Rachel Kurihara, the Knit e-reader Cozy, which was my very first published design. I knit 4 of these. The Farnham Tee by the Knit Pearl Girl. the classic can cozy by Nitty Natty, the poppy tee by Petite Knit, the sailor beanie by Sari Nordland, the pearl pouch by Tori Yu, the Palm Springs tank, which is one of my designs also. This one is not yet published. The California sweater, which is one of my designs that is also published. The Stripe Pipe sweater by Veronica Lindberg. A second California sweater. Hooks and Needles Mug Cozy. The So Basic socks by Summerly Knits. The Dewdrops cowl by Rachel is Knitting. The Alchemy sweater, which is another of my designs that is going to be published in February. Tunisian crochet mitts. The Glenties cowl by Lisa Sisk. A third California sweater. The Hooks and Needles sunset scarf. And the PDX carpet doodle cowl by Jamie Lomax. Okay. If I counted all of those correctly, that is 30 total finished objects. And so the breakdown of that is 8 sweaters, 4 knit e-reader cozies, 4 scarf/cowls, so 1 scarf and 3 cowls, 3 tees, 2 hats, 2 Valentine's Day hearts. 1 went to my husband and 1 to my stepson, in case you were wondering. 1 cardigan, 1 tank top, 1 pair of socks, 1 pair of mitts, 1 mug cozy, 1 can cozy, 1 pearl pouch. Okay, that's it. Additionally, I had 4 items that I frogged. Let's see, 1 of those I had casted on in 2023, 3 of them I casted on in 2024 and then frogged in 2024. 1 item that was from 2023 I actually gifted to someone else unfinished. Like, I gifted a whip. That was my Seasons cardigan by Ozetta. I decided that I didn't want to finish it. I couldn't handle it anymore. It wasn't fitting me properly and I didn't know what to do with it. I didn't want to finish it, and so I decided, I put a call out on Instagram. I said, does anyone want this? Will anyone finish it? Or you can take it and harvest the yarn for something else. And a couple people messaged me and I mailed it off. And that was that. And then I also have 9 whips coming into 2025. So I guess we can talk now about the 9 whips that I have coming into the new year. So the oldest whip that I have, I need to find a photo of this. I really need to do some digging. The oldest whip that I have is the Provence sweater by Sorella Yarn. I casted this on April 9th, 2023. And I really don't know what to do with this. Honestly, I should finish it. I really don't know if I would wear it at this point. I guess I should finish it and maybe gift it to someone. But that's a thought that I need to think about later. The next one is an Oslo hat that I casted on May 24th, 2023. If you know anything about me, you're probably thinking, Leslie, why do you have an Oslo hat that you casted on May 24th, 2023 and never finished? Like, last year you knit like 8 Oslo hats in 1 year. And I'm like, yeah, I know, that's true. But I casted this one on and I really don't like the feel of the yarn that I chose for this one. And I could have just frogged it, but I'm at the point in this hat, I actually just pulled it out from under my bed. Do you want to look at it? I wasn't really planning on doing like any show and tell in this video, but you know what? Here's my Provence sweater too. I didn't realize it was in here. Oh my gosh. How far am I even? Alright, well here's my Provence sweater. I'm almost done with the body. I think I'm on the I-cord bind off. And then I have 2 sleeves. Okay. Wow, there's a set of 5mm needles. And a nice 32-inch cable in there that has been in there for like 2 years now. And I'm at the point in this hat where like I really could just finish this in like 2 days if I just sat down and knit it. And so that's why I didn't frog it, because I've already done so much work in it. I guess I could like do the same thing where maybe I gift this to someone to finish. The color is really nice. It's just this yarn is like a single ply, and I just don't like the hand feel of it. So anyways, there's my 2 longest sanding whips. Okay, the next one is my Sweet Shop blanket that I started on December 1st, 2023. And believe it or not, I have 3.5 squares left to go on this. It's going to get done hopefully this week. Hopefully on the next podcast episode that I make, it will be done. I'm really, really excited about it. Okay, a brushed merino cardigan, the Dust Bunny cardigan that I started on March 2nd, 2024. The mini mock neck tank that I started on July 20th, 2024. The book club cardigan that I started on October 17th, 2024. The Oh Christmas Tree I'm So Basic socks that I started on October 25th, 2024. The Loch Ness cowl, doodle cowl, that I started on November 5th, 2024. And the Semper slipover that I started on November 17th, 2024. So that is 9 whips total, soon to be 8, that I have coming into the new year. Let's move on and let's talk next about if I met my goals in 2024. I split my goals up into 5 major categories. So I had knitting goals, I had new crafts, I had wearing my knits, I had yarn stash goals, and then the last one I'll save till the end, okay? You can maybe guess what it was, but I won't tell you what that is until the very end. So let's start with my knitting goals. For my knitting goals, I actually had like 4 subcategories. I feel like this was a little crazy, but for my knitting goals, I wanted to knit seasonally. I wanted to use more non-wool yarns. I wanted to knit up Ireland yarn before my next Ireland trip in October, and I wanted to complete my Make 9. So, in terms of knitting seasonally, and I'm looking at my notes, okay? I'm looking at my phone, so if I'm like looking down, I'm reading my notes here on my phone. In terms of knitting seasonally, I do think I did this at least for like the beginning of the year. I only knit 3 tees and 1 tank top, and I say only because I live in Southern California, right? The warm season lasts relatively long in Southern California. Like, the months that it is warm here are equal to, if not greater than, the months that it is cold here. So you would think that I would have an equal number or a greater number of knit tees, knit tanks, compared to the number of knit sweaters that I have, and that is not true. I have way more knit sweaters than I have knit tees and knit tanks, and I only knit 3 knit tees and 1 knit tank last year, and I knit 8 sweaters. So in terms of knitting seasonally, like I kind of did. I started knitting my tees in May, I think, April or May. But I also started designing, and I started working on my California sweater design in late June, which definitely isn't when I would typically start knitting sweaters. But when you're designing and like you want to get a sweater design released in the fall, you need to start working on that, you know, earlier than the fall. You have to start working on that in the summer. So definitely I'm giving myself grace with this goal because of the designing aspect. I definitely think I could have done better. I could have knit more seasonally. I could have knit more tees and tanks, but it's okay. So kind of like a 50-50 there. It is what it is. In terms of using non-wool yarns, I used some non-wool yarns. So all of my summer tees were knit with either a wool blend or like all non-wool yarns. My Riley tee was knit with superwash merino / silk blend. My Farnham tee was the Sandnes Garn Line, which is a cotton linen viscose blend. And then my Poppy tee I knit with the Kilburn Woolens Mojave, which is a cotton linen blend. So I really enjoyed using those yarns. I had used the Sandnes Garn Line before. The Mojave was new to me. I've also used superwash merino silk blend before, DK weight silk blend before. So really the only new one was the Mojave. So, which I didn't think about when I was writing my notes, that like really the only new one was the Mojave. Oh well, that's okay. There are so many more like non-wool yarns out there to try. I, at one point last year, where is it? In my notes, I went on to the Purl Soho website and I looked at all of the non-wool yarns that they had. Oh yeah. Well, this is way more than just the Purl Soho, but like that whole list right here was just like all of the yarns that they had on the Purl Soho website. And like, what is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I was like, oh my gosh, that's like 11 yarns from one brand alone. That's so many to try. Knitting for Olive has the cotton merino, which I'm actually going to be trying this year. I'm going to be knitting up my tank top design in the cotton merino, which I haven't tried yet. I'm very excited about that. There's a bunch of Noro yarns. They have wool blends and some non-wool yarn blends. So there's obviously a lot more out there that I would love to try. So more to come with that goal in the future, okay? The next one, knitting Ireland yarn before the Ireland trip. What I really meant by this was I wanted to knit up the sweater quantity that I had, especially from Cushendale, and I swatched this up and casted this on multiple times only to rip it out and it just didn't work. So I tried, but it really didn't work. To be fair to myself, I did knit up a few skeins of the Hedgehog Fibers yarn that I had picked up into beanies, and I did wear the Sailor beanie by Sari Nordland in Ireland with the Hedgehog Fibers Tweedy yarn. The only reason that I didn't really count this was because we didn't go back to Hedgehog Fibers this second year, and so I didn't get the joy of showing them hey, I bought this yarn at your shop last year and then I knit it up and look at it, you know. Of course it definitely still counts because I bought it in Ireland, I knit it up, and then I wore it to Ireland, but it's not the same, you know. If I had knit up the Cushendale yarn and then we went to Cushendale, okay, anyways. Technically I did meet that goal. Okay, anyways, completing my Make 9, yes, I completed my Make 9. We'll go into my whole Make 9 in a minute when I finish talking about my goals, but yes, I completed my Make 9, okay? Or should we do a separate video on my Make 9? I might need to do a separate video on my Make 9 because this is already getting long. Okay, anyways, new crafts. My goal for new crafts was to learn how to spin on my e-spinner. I, for Christmas, got the EEW Nano 2.0 from Dreaming Robots, and I wanted to learn how to spin on it. And I wanted to become proficient, in parentheses, if I liked it. And I did that, so that was a success. It was so successful that I bought myself, for my birthday in April, a full wheel. I bought the Shacked Ladybug spinning wheel, and I've been spinning on it. I've spun 5 units of fiber in 2024, and I'm hoping to do way more than that this year in 2025. In terms of new crafts, I also learned how to needle felt this year. When we went to Ireland, we went to the Crafts of Ireland studio with Sandra Coots, and we did a needle felting workshop. And let me show you. You see? This is my little needle felting project. I framed it. It's gonna hang on the wall at some point. I've got a few photos that are ready to be hung up. I just need to hang them. So it's a little landscape with some sheeps and a little river and some flowers, and I love it. So that was really, really fun. I really, really enjoyed the needle felting. It's just, you just get to stab over and over and over again. So if you've got some built up tension and you just feel like you need to stab, it's a really great craft. I need to get some more fiber and some felt and some ideas so that I can continue with my needle felting journey. So anyways, new crafts, check, we did that. Wearing my knits. I am going to make a whole separate video on wearing my knits, but I will tell you, yes, I met my goal. My goal for this was to wear my knits more than 52% of the days of the year, and that was in relation to 2023. So in 2023, I wore my knits 191 days out of 365 days of the year, and that equals 52% of the days of the year. So I wanted to be higher than that. And I will just say, yes, I met my goal. I ended up at 68% of the days of the year. So I'm really happy with that. I tracked everything. I know what knits I wore the most. I have thoughts about everything. So I'm gonna do a whole separate video about this. I want to talk a lot about my knitwear habits. So yeah, separate video coming at ya soon, okay? Goal number 4, my yarn stash. The goal was to end 2024 with less than 500 skeins of yarn. Okay, have you seen that trend on TikTok where it's like, we listen and we don't judge. We listen and we don't judge. I need you to say it with me, okay? We listen and we don't judge. I did not meet this goal, okay? My yarn stash has over 600 skeins in it, okay? So, I mean, it is what it is. It is what it is. There are people out there, just remember this, okay? There are people out there who have more than 600 skeins of yarn in their yarn stash, okay? So if you are judging me right now, if you're gonna go take this information and put it on Reddit, please just know there are people out there who have more than 600 skeins of yarn in their yarn stash, okay? I'm just the one sharing it on the internet, okay? And we'll talk about that more. We're going to talk about this more actually when I talk about my 2025 goals, because I have a lot of thoughts. I have a lot of complicated thoughts about my yarn stash and making my 2025 goals and whether or not I want to include like a stash down goal for 2025. So stay tuned, okay? Okay, and then the last goal, I told you we would talk about it at the end, and now we are at the end. The last goal, which is the biggest and arguably the most important goal, it was to have fun. It was to have fun this year with my knitting. And I did. I accomplished it. I had a lot of fun. I had a ton of fun this year with my knitting. So, you should add that to your 2025 goals as well. Highly recommend. Highly recommend. Okay? I want to add something that was not on the agenda at the beginning of this video because I forgot about it. But there was a lot of stuff that happened this year that I didn't have on my goal list, that I didn't have on my radar, that I didn't have on my 2024 bingo card, as people like to say. And I just want to talk about them. I want to highlight them. I also want to mention, you know, we're kind of like maybe at the midway point of this video. I'm hitting all the highlights, right? Like, this is all the good stuff that has happened this year. And when you see everyone talking about their goals and like hitting their goals and all of their accomplishments from the year, like, yes, this is a highlight reel. And everything that I'm going to be talking about next is like even more of a highlight reel. But please just know that, like, yeah, 2024 wasn't all a highlight. If you've been around, if you've been sticking through, if you came from Vlogmas, you will know very well. I'm like just coming out of like a burnout, like a holiday burnout. So December was really tough for me. I'm really trying to like bring myself back up. I'm really trying to focus on the positive. I really enjoy kind of this like new year, not necessarily like new year, new me, and not necessarily like New Year's resolutions. I like the goal setting, but this year specifically, I'm feeling more like I don't want to be a new person. I want to like keep doing what I'm doing, but I want to like just recognize that it is a new year, but just like keep going forward with what I'm already doing. I don't know, does that make sense? Anyways, just know that it doesn't always have to be the sunshine and rainbows, okay? But I am going to talk about the highlights, okay? Okay, because there were some really, really great things that happened this year, and I want to remember them and I want to commemorate them. So, anyways, I'm a designer now. And that was something that, like I said, wasn't even on my radar at the beginning of 2024. I have now published 2 designs. The first one was the Knit e-reader cozy that came out in April, I think. And then the California sweater, which came out, well, I don't remember the date, the months that these were published in, okay? But the California sweater, which was my first sweater design. And I've also been working behind the scenes on the Alchemy pullover, which is currently in testing. That is set to be released in February. And then the Palm Springs tank, which, if I can get my SHIT together, the test call is going to be coming for that within the next month or so. So, yeah, that's just going, it's crazy. Like, it's something that when I first started knitting back in like December 2020, January 2021, I thought to myself, I would love to design my own patterns. Like, that would be really cool. But I remember thinking, like, how do people even do that? Like, I have no concept of even like what I would want to design. Like, how do people even come up with these ideas? Like, I don't even know how I would do that. And now I feel like I have this never-ending list. People say, like, once you start designing, like, it never stops. Like, this list will just go on infinity forever. And, like, yeah, that's how it is. There's not enough time. So, it's very cool. Okay, that's number 1. Number 2, I wrote and published a knitting and crochet bullet journal. Like, where is it? It's over here. Like, the 2025 Yarn Enthusiast Journal is live on my website. Also, I have my own website now. Like, you can buy this. It's available. And there's an undated version, so like, if you don't want one that has like all the months and stuff, you know, January, February, it's just got blanks here, so you can write in your own months. Maybe you want to start journaling in March. It's there, but like, I did that. I put in all the work and it's there and you can buy it, and like, that's really cool. Number 3, I worked with Kimber from Kimber's Cozy Creations on a hand-dyed yarn collection based on like my Ireland memories from the first Ireland trip that I went on. And there's a whole yarn collection based on my photos, and that's just like really, really cool. I'm obsessed with it. It's amazing. I started a monthly Instagram live series with my best friend Rachel from Rachel is Knitting called Save My Stash, and we talk about yarn and patterns and knitting every month for an hour on Instagram Live, and people come watch. How amazing is that? It's so fun. I went to Flock. I didn't think I would do that. I thought it was gonna like interfere with a different vacation plan that I have, and then it didn't, so I went. And it was honestly one of the best weekends of my year. So that was fun. I moved into my craft room. That was not something that I had on my radar. and just having my own space. It's like I'm a kid again. I have my own room, you know. I have my own room to do whatever I want. I can put my yarn wherever I want it. It's amazing. I love it. And last but not least, but I've had so many other just like amazing collaborations and partnerships and opportunities from this YouTube channel, from my Instagram, from this community, and I'm grateful for all of it. And none of it would have been possible without you guys watching my videos. And I love it. It's awesome. So thank you guys. Okay. Alright, we're gonna end here with just a little bit of a show and tell, some of my favorite pages in my 2024 knitting journal, okay? And I'll also show you the Knitters Bingo page, and we'll just quickly walk through some of the little squares that I did complete, okay? So, number one, this is my cover page that's full of stickers that I'm obsessed with. It's just really fun to like open the front cover and see all these colorful stickers that make me really happy, you know? And then you turn the page and this page of stickers is from like yarn companies and a bunch of other people that had sent stickers along with yarn, so super fun. My project list, so whenever I started a project I would add it on this one page. My 2024 closet, so every project that I finished that was for me, so like a garment, or so garment on this page, accessory on this page, so everything that went into my closet. I printed out a little picture. Isn't it so cute? Love it. Okay, here is my Knitters Bingo. So everything that's highlighted is what I completed. So knit a pullover, knit a cardigan, knit an Oslo hat, knit a hat that's not an Oslo hat, knit a repeat pattern, knit a tank, knit a tee, use a non-wool yarn, knit something in hot pink, knit a textured sweater, knit a cabled sweater, knit stripes, go to Ireland, learn a new craft, finish a whip from 2023, frog a project, try a new knitting tool, attend a fiber festival, have a yarn advent, use stash yarn purchased in 2023, use stash yarn purchased in 2024, and complete your make 9. The two that I did not complete were knit sweater from Ireland Yarn and use stash yarn purchased in 2022. Okay, sneak peek of my make 9. So the patterns that I wanted to complete and then everything that I did complete on this side. Love this page. And let's see, I'll just show you a couple of my favorite like pattern project pages. So like my Farnham sweater, I really like to print, to paste in, tape in the yarn label and then a photo of my finished object. My Riley tee. So Selena, the yarn dyer from Through the Wardrobe, sent a lovely letter when she sent me the yarn for the pattern, and so I taped in the letter. It was super cute. So that was really fun. One of my designs, flash up, you can see all my notes. Ooh, my stripe pipe. think that's it. Here's the back, some more stickers. So this is the end of my 2023 journal, and I'm moving over to my 2025 Yarn Enthusiast Journal. Oh, I printed out, can you see that? I printed out my word of the year. So this was from one of those reels by Morgan Harper Nicole, I think that's her name, right? It was just one of those things where it's like, pause the reel and find your word of the year. And you know, I always do those and I'm always like, whatever. But this one really resonated with me this year. So my word is capacity. There are times in life when we have the time, energy, and capacity to sit down and figure it all out. And there are other times when the best thing to do is to put it on the shelf and figure it all out later. Wherever you find yourself in this space, allow yourself to be there fully. And as energy levels change and seasons change, you are allowed to ebb and flow. Honor your capacity. Anyway, so I printed that out and put that at the beginning of my 2025 journal. So I still have some stuff to fill out. I need to fill out my 2025 Make 9, my bingo, my goals for the year. I did write down my projects, my whips that are moving over, and I've started my knitwear tracker for January. So some stuff I've started in here, but these are still available on the website, knitcalifornia.com, if you're interested, and the undated ones. Link is in the description box down below. But yeah, I think that's it for this video. Upcoming, like I said, we'll do the Make 9. We'll do the Make 9 video. We're gonna do the everything. Did I wear my knits in 2023 video? And then we're gonna do the 2025 goals, plans and goals video. Which obviously, like I showed you, I need to figure out. Yes, it's January 4th, but I just haven't gotten there yet. If you've been following me on Instagram, every day I've just been posting my like 2024 wrap up series. So I did post my Make 9, my 2024 recap, my goals, what wasn't on my bingo card, all of my makes, and my did I wear my knits in 2024. So if you want the sneak peek, it's all there on Instagram. But I'm going to talk about it a little bit more in depth in the next video. So anyways, I hope you enjoyed this episode. Thank you guys so much for watching. Like I said at the beginning, if you're not subscribed, please hit that subscribe button. I hope you'll come back and follow along for the rest of this year, see what else I get up to. But that's all I have for you today. All right, bye.